right? So whenever Mars and Saturn, second condition, as I told you, we have talked about, Saturn, I have taken Saturn and Mars, their aspect, their conjunction. These two things are to be happen. Whenever Saturn and Mars are conjuncted, aspecting each other, either conjuncted or together, I mean they are combined together or they are conjuncted. Conjuncted means when they are positioned in the same sign, very bad, ominous position, or they are aspecting each other, they are in the Kendra position. Kendra means, suppose, for example, Saturn is here in the Lagna or the Capricorn sign, Saturn was here. Mars was in the seventh sign, seventh house, okay, of this India's horoscope. They are aspecting each other. Seventh aspect is seventh aspect. Saturn is aspecting Mars, Mars is aspecting Saturn. Both are afflicted. Okay. Whenever their aspect is there, when their conjunction or their aspect, Mars and Saturn aspect is there, that is not good for living things, mostly the people in India. Okay. So whenever this kind of situation happens, this is conjunction, this Saturn and Mars aspecting each other. Saturn is retrograde, okay, is aspecting sixth house also, but Saturn is, Mars is retrograde undoubtedly, but it is aspecting, Mars is aspecting Saturn, Saturn is aspecting Mars, seventh aspect. Every planet aspects the seventh house of itself, okay. Seventh aspect means seventh house aspect. What is seventh? If I just take, this is seventh house from the Lagna. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh aspect again. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh aspect. So both planets are aspecting each other. So whenever Mars and Saturn, their aspect is very much ominous, very much bad for living things, living people, right? Human beings, mostly Indians. So in Indian horoscope, if this kind of situation happens, whenever Mars and Saturn, their conjunction is there, either they are together, they are aspecting each other. In this case, they are in Kendra position. Mars is in the Kendra, ascendant. In the seventh house, this is also Kendra. These four houses, first house, fourth house, seventh house, 10th house, they are known as Kendras. So whenever Saturn and Mars are in the Kendra position, or central position, they will aspect each other. Okay, because Mars is having three aspects: seventh aspect, eighth aspect, and fourth aspect. Mars is also aspecting, so Mars is aspecting fourth. There are three, you may say drashti, in drashti. Or these three planets, I mean Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter are having three aspects. Saturn is having three aspects, fourth aspect, चौथी दृष्टि 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth aspect and seventh aspect and eighth aspect. So second house is also aspected by Mars here. So Mars is aspecting second house, which is about close family, innocent people. So it indicates that killing of innocent people is possible here. So this Mars aspect in second house, Mars is aspecting Saturn also, the Lagna. So there was affliction to the Lagna, to the ascendant of India. Okay, there was a lot of upheavals. Okay, that event happened, that accident happened. Upon that, the number of people were killed. Okay, the verification of the innocent people, they were worried. Okay, or they were, I mean, what do you call? They were dumped into the Saryu river. Okay, or they were thrown into the Saryu river. They were buried also. Okay, under the earth. So that lot of other things were there. They were burned with the help of petrol. So petrol was dropped upon them, their bodies were burnt alive. This is how the killing of innocent people happened in the city of Ayodhya, the birthplace of Lord Ram. So this is how this situation is also indicating that innocent people will be killed. So on that particular day, innocent people were killed. And after that, I mean, when up to the period, the Mars was here and Saturn was there for 2.5 years, undoubtedly. But Mars, whenever Mars came here, or opposite to this, or maybe aspecting this and that, in that situation, Mars will always afflict Saturn, Saturn will afflict Mars. This situation of aspecting each other, Mars and Saturn, is very much ominous, very much, not good for living creatures, living things. Okay, so it is not good for creatures, living creatures. This is how the killing of people is being indicated by this position. So Saturn and Mars. Saturn and Mars. Second I have taken Saturn and Mars aspect and conjunction. Second position we always talk about. But whenever Saturn and Mars, their conjunction, when they are together, combined together, or their aspect, okay, एक दूसरे को दृष्टि डालना, दूसरे को देखना, they are aspecting each other, okay. In this case, not conjuncted, they are not together, but they are aspecting each other. So we have just talk about what is Saturn and Mars aspect. All these events, you will be surprised at how this Vedic astrology is explaining these kind of events. Is very, very much obvious, okay. And because of conjunction of these planets, whenever this kind of situation comes, the innocent people are killed or being killed or were killed, okay. So all the past events are showing us that these kind of events happened, can be explained with the help of astrological conjunctions of the planets, okay, or position of the planet during that period, okay. So this is how this explanation is there. So Mars and Saturn, whenever they are opposite to each other, they are together with the Rahu and Ketu, or they are in the Rahu Ketu axis, very much ominous, okay. Whenever with the Rahu Ketu axis has happened, okay, in 2019, when this epidemic started, COVID-19, that was very much obvious there, okay. Very much ominous event could happen that I predicted on that, okay, on that day. So this is how these kind of epidemics, earthquakes, killing of people, innocent people are killed, okay, during these kind of situations. This is second explanation. This is also verifying that, yeah, killing of people, what happened. Mars and Saturn aspecting each other. Their position is in Kendraj, okay, 1-7 to each other. They are aspecting each other. This is very much ominous for the killing for the people, ominous for the innocent people. Innocent people were killed in the shooting by the police upon the innocent people during the that period, okay, because the chief minister was Mulayam Singh Yadav, and he ordered to kill all these kind of people, okay. So number of devotees were killed, and after that also number of riots happened in different cities of India, okay. So communal riots happened. So that events, I mean, this position of the planets is explaining that how. And Ketu and Rahu, they are also afflicted because they are debilitated. Okay, Ketu is debilitated in Taurus sign, Rahu is debilitated in the Scorpio sign. This position of Rahu Ketu is also very much ominous, not good for the people of India, okay. Now in this case, okay, this one, just as I told you about. Now Venus entered. When Venus entered into this sign, okay, or with what you call with the Saturn here, in the Saturn sign, Venus before entering to the Saturn sign Capricorn or came to with Saturn, Venus was aspected by Mars also, by Mars here. Mars is aspecting because Mars is retrograded here. Mars is retrograded. So Mars was aspecting this. Mars is retrograded, is aspecting this previous sign also. So before Saturn Venus came with Saturn. Before and after that also Mars is aspecting Venus. So Venus and Saturn be aspected with Mars. This is how this position is also showing. Venus is the lord of Taurus sign here. In this case, Taurus sign is lorded by Venus. Okay, Venus is the lord of Taurus sign, and so this is also affected by aspect of the Mars. Okay, so Venus is aspected by Mars. So that is also not good. Even Mars and Venus both are neutral. There are no doubt about it. But the aspect is very much afflicted or afflicting Venus also. So this is how the second position. Then what are the other conditions which are to be considered to explain these kind of events? Okay, whenever the killing of innocent people or any bad event happened, okay, or people are killed due to riots, due to what you call, whenever riots happen, or there is what you call the rain is not done, there is no raining during a particular period, number of people, innocent people are killed. That situation also we have explained with the help of this, okay, can be explained very easily. So any condition, right? So any riots or any kind of activity in which number of people are killed due to flood also, flood situation, due to in the flood when the rivers are being flowing with the with lot of water coming out, and innocent people are being killed, thousands, lakhs of people are killed. That situation is also being indicated with the help of this position of the planets. Okay, so these kind of planets, whenever happens, we understand that this kind of event can happen here. This is how we can explain the future events. Okay, these explanations of Mars and Saturn, Rahu and Ketu axis, even conjunction of Venus and Jupiter, very much ominous sometimes. That is also very much ominous for political events, right? Those political events are also being explained by a number of passages whenever Venus comes with Jupiter. Jupiter and Venus, they are enemical, okay, not bitter enemy, but enemical. Because Venus is enemy to Jupiter, but Jupiter is not enemy to Venus, but they are enemies. Okay, so their aspect, their conjunction is also sometimes very ominous. Okay, but that situation is not being indicated here. But Mars is, Jupiter is in the Taurus sign, Jupiter is in Kanya Rashi or Virgo sign, and Venus is in this one. So they are not aspecting each other. So in this situation, Venus and Jupiter, they are not together, they are not aspecting each other. This is not here obvious. So people work it. But next thing, whatever third thing, we take the Rohini Nakshatra. Now let me explain that why Rohini Nakshatra is, whenever it is afflicted, because Indian Nakshatra, Indian horoscope, in Indian independent horoscope, we can just see here that Rohini Nakshatra whenever is afflicted, because Rohini Nakshatra is allotted by moon. Okay, Rohini Nakshatra, it is said, a lot of stories are being told in the Puranas, in the Vedas, okay, regarding explanation of the this Rohini Nakshatra. Rohini Nakshatra is very much important whenever it is afflicted, because it is allotted by moon. So the affliction of the mind of the people happens whenever this affliction of the Rohini Nakshatra which is allotted by, and it is in the one sign past Taurus sign. It comes in the Taurus Rasi, Vrishab Rasi. In the Vrishab Rasi, Rohini Nakshatra, okay, comes, okay, or it starts one sign past 10 degree 00 minutes to 23 degree 20 minutes. I've just explained here. It falls in the Taurus sign, and Taurus sign is allotted by Venus. Undoubtedly, this is Venus. Lord of this Taurus sign is Venus, but Nakshatra is allotted by moon. Okay, moon is the lord of Nakshatra Rohini. Rohini Nakshatra is very much clarified. Lot of events, lot of things, stories have been told in the Puranas, even in Mahabharata, as Bhishma Pitama, he says that now Rohini Nakshatra is being afflicted by the particular Mars or Saturn sometimes. Saturn is aspecting this this nakshatra, or is being afflicted this nakshatra. Rahu Ketu axis is also falling in this. When Rahu Ketu are also afflicting, this Rahu Ketu axis falls in this nakshatra Rohini. In that situation also, number of bad things happen. So this is how all the Puranas, you can just find a number of stories are being told in the Puranas, in the Mahabharata, even Ramayana. Lot of these things are being explained. You can find number of scholars in the, or rishis, or all those people have explained these kind of things. I'm just talking about, and the position of the Saturn and Mars, they are also being explained by these people. So second thing is, whenever Rohini Nakshatra, we have to just see the Rohini Nakshatra, because it is in the Taurus sign. It falls in the Taurus sign, where Rahu initially was in this Taurus sign here. Okay, was a degree. What was the degree in those days? Yes, I'll just clarify that. Whenever Rohini Nakshatra, because it is allotted by moon. Okay, or moon is exalted in this Taurus sign. Okay, moon is exalted in Taurus sign. So in Taurus sign is exaltation sign for moon, and moon is lord of the Rohini Nakshatra, and Rohini Nakshatra is in the lagna of Independence Day of India, right? Independence Day's horoscope of India is having Taurus sign. Taurus sign, Rohini Nakshatra falls. So whenever this nakshatra is afflicted by Saturn, okay, whenever Saturn is in Capricorn sign, moon is in Karka Rasi, okay, this affliction has happened on that particular day, 6th December 1992. This kind of event we have to just explain that, or this kind of condition whenever happens, then also that indicates killing of number of innocent people. Okay, so second thing I have just talked about Rohini, third thing. Third point is Rohini Nakshatra or Vrishab Rasi, right? Affliction. So affliction of Vrishab Rasi, Vrishab sign, or this Taurus sign, second number, Taurus sign or Vrishab Rasi is being afflicted. If Taurus sign is afflicted, that means Rohini Nakshatra will also be afflicted. Rohini Nakshatra is in between. It starts in one sign past, means in Taurus sign at 10 degree to 23 degree, 20 minutes, right? 10 degree, let me write here. What is the Rohini Nakshatra? This is one sign past, 10 degree, okay, 00 minute to, this is 10 degrees. This is one sign past, right? 10 degree to one sign past 23 degree 20 minutes. Now this is Rohini Nakshatra. This is Rohini Nakshatra. Rohini Nakshatra. Right? So whenever Rohini Nakshatra is afflicted, when it can be afflicted, either it is in the Rahu Ketu axis or Rahu Ketu is in the same degree. Whenever Rahu Ketu axis, Rahu comes in this sign, okay, or in this, or Ketu comes here. So here Ketu was here. Ketu was in Taurus sign. Ketu was afflicting this Rohini Nakshatra. Okay, Rohini Nakshatra. Now, but Rohini and Rahu Ketu. So Rahu Ketu axis is in the Rohini Nakshatra. Okay, now Ketu is friendly to moon. There is no doubt about this. But Rahu is also there. Right, so this Rohini Nakshatra was afflicted during this period also. This is how there was bad event happening in the Indian history. So that event was that killing of those people that cannot be forgotten by people. Different people were killed, a lot of people were killed, and their number is still not clear. Okay, some say that 50 people were killed, some say 100 of people were killed, number of innocent people were killed only that particular day. And after that, number of other riots happened. Number of riots in different cities, like in Mumbai, number of people were killed during that period. Okay, so after that, number of events happened. After that, riots happened. But this starting of innocent people killing was during this period. Okay, during or because of this situation of the condition of the planetary positions. So this planetary positions, Rahu Ketu axis as well as Mars and Saturn position in the Kendras, 1-7 to each other. They are aspecting each other. This is very much ominous, indicating that bad event will happen or had happened. So this is how position. You can just find this horoscope. Now this is D1 chart I have framed on 17:15 or at time 17:15 hours, means 5:15 p.m. on that particular day, 6th December 1992 at place Ayodhya. Okay, this horoscope is being framed. Why I have taken this horoscope? Because the time I have chosen, because in the evening there was killing of the people happened, and luckily this has come as the Taurus sign, the Taurus sign here. Okay, this Taurus sign is just showing opposite of Rahu Ketu axis. Ketu is here, Rahu is in the seventh house, and in the first house it is Ketu. So this is just opposite of Rahu Ketu axis. Then okay, Saturn and Mars, they are also opposite to each other. They are aspecting each other, ominous sign. And Rohini Nakshatra is also afflicted. Vrishab Rasi is afflicted because it is in Rahu Ketu axis, Ketu Rahu axis. Now second is Makar Rasi or Karka Rasi. This also we have to study about. Whenever this Makar Rasi, because this is according to Varamir sign. That I have already explained that. According to Varamir, this horoscope with Makar Rasi in the Lagna or Capricorn in the Lagna is being considered for Indian events or Indian whatever Indian situations are there, that can be explained with the help of this horoscope also, with having Makar Rasi in the Lagna or Capricorn in the Lagna. Okay, this Capricorn ascendant Lagna or horoscope is also explaining the situation of the innocent killing of the people or killing of the innocent people. Okay, so that is there. Now second thing, fourth thing I have taken Makar Rasi and Karka Rasi. Makar Rasi means 10th sign and Karka Rasi means 4th sign. Cancer sign. Cancer sign or Kark Rasi, Makar Rasi or Capricorn sign is being afflicted by Varamir. So that is also to be considered. This is being considered here. So this Makar Rasi and Kark Rasi, we are having Mars retrograded, afflicted, and Mars is debilitated in Cancer sign, debilitated in Cancer sign, and Mars is aspecting Saturn also in the Lagna, in the ascendant sign. Okay, so that is affliction here is indicated. So this is how Makar Rasi and Kark Rasi also we have to consider that whether this Rasi, I mean Makar Rasi and Kark Rasi, are being afflicted by Saturn and Mars. They are afflicted. This is also to be considered. Here I have taken all these points. They are very easily explained with the help of the situation of the planets. This planetary conditions on that particular day or of that particular day is clearly explaining the killing of innocent people. Okay, that bad event happened, that number of people were killed. Okay, or they were murdered. Now Rahu with Mars, that I have already explained. That Rahu with Mars, if it is Rahu with Mars and Saturn with Ketu, this also is very ominous position. This conjunction of the planet Rahu with Mars and Ketu with Saturn, which I have already explained that in production number 3 when entry of COVID happened, COVID-19 happened because of the Rahu Ketu axis. In that Mars was with Rahu and Ketu, Saturn was with Ketu. So that situation is very much ominous for epidemic type of event, or epidemic happened, epidemic spreads. That spread of epidemic happened due to that condition of the planet. Okay, Rahu Ketu axis and Mars and Saturn. So this is the fifth condition we always consider. These 5 conditions are explained. Okay, this is the fifth one. The fifth situation is that whenever Mars with Rahu and Ketu with, or we can say just Ketu with what you call Ketu with Saturn and Mars with Rahu. So this position of the planets is also very much ominous, as I have already explained in the product number 3, because of this epidemic spread. Okay, so that kind of epidemic spread. But in this case, this situation, combination, conjunction of these planets is not there, but they are afflicting each other. Okay, this is there. Then Saturn and Jupiter. The position of Saturn and Jupiter also be considered sometimes. That is also very much as I have already explained about those samvatsaraj. What samvatsaraj happened because of conjunction of these 2 planets' positions, Saturn and Jupiter. Because Saturn and Jupiter both are very much major planets which influence the nativity of the people on the earth. Because earth is very much, is very much influenced, very much afflicted by the rays of these 2 planets. So samvatsaraj, which are framed with the help of these 2 planetary conjunctions or positions of the planets, Saturn and Jupiter. Okay, because Saturn takes 30 years, Jupiter takes 1 year, or you may say 12 years to cross the whole zodiac. 12 years and 30 years. 30 years are taken by Saturn to cross the zodiac, complete the zodiac, and 12 years are taken by Jupiter to cross the whole zodiac, all the 12 signs. So this is the LCM of 12 and 30 is 60. So 60 samvatsaraj are framed. That I have already explained in the previous lecture series. So please see my lecture series 4, in which I have explained that what is the samvatsaraj. Okay, and all these things I will explain one by one. So please be consistent to my videos. Just wait for them. I may take some time sometimes because I'm busy, so much busy in teaching for management and engineering classes, and I'm having less time just to have these kind of things to discuss about. But Vedic astrology, whenever I will find continuous time, these days I am having now continuous time, I will just take number of predictions these days, predictions and lectures, continuous lectures I will take. Okay, lecture number 5, lecture number 6, lecture number 7, 8, and so on, just to explain what the positions, to study the Vedic astrology, what are the basic things, all those basic things, fundamentals. I want to explain that what are the 12 rasis, what are the degrees, what are the degrees of nakshatras, how the nakshatras and these signs are combinations of these nakshatras into the signs, in which sign nakshatras fall, how many nakshatras are there in one sign, in other sign, all the 12 signs, how these 27 nakshatras are there in all the 12 signs. All those things, basic things I will explain in the next lecture series 5, lecture 5, 6, 7 and so on. So I want to take those basics. Tithi, how Tithi is being calculated. What is the Tithi? Okay, Tithi is very much important in Indian or Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is defining what are the Tithis, how Tithis are calculated. Longitude of moon minus longitude of sun. Okay, difference of that is being divided by what? Okay, 15 or by 30 or what? Or 15, if I divide by 15, then whatever the remainder comes out to be, or the difference comes out to be, the difference is showing that what is the, which tithi is there. First tithi, there are 15 tithis. Okay, 15 in the bright half and the dark half. So bright, okay, paksha, or then that known as sukul paksha and what do you call sukul paksha and sukul paksha, bright side, and dark nakshatra or dark side, I may say. So 15 nakshatras, 15 tithis are in dark side or in dark paksha, that is dark paksha, okay, and then sukul paksha. Right? So all those things, tithis are being considered. Tithis I'll take later, but before that I'll just explain that how Aries, the signs are, including the nakshatra and signs, how they are being explained with the help of degree wise, so mathematically or astronomically. Okay, so that we have to so sukul paksha and krishna paksha, that we will take dark, that known as dark half and bright half. So bright half is known as sukul paksha and dark half is known as krishna paksha. Okay, so krishna paksha and sukul paksha, so in which those 15 tithis in dark paksha, or that known as krishna paksha, and the sukul paksha, there are 15 tithis. So all these things, 30 tithis, we will explain that how they are calculated. What are those tithis? Tithis are very much important in Vedic astrology. Okay, because they are not found in Western astrology. Western astrology is not having all these things, because only Vedic astrology is explaining the whole life of a person. Every event of a person's life can be explained easily. Those people who are criticizing astrology, they do not understand that what is the astrology here, Vedic astrology. But Vedic astrology is the prior science from time immemorial. Parascience, because it can explain your future events. Number of people are being influenced from different foreign countries. They are just talking about their events, their life. Number of writers I have found, or those people were influenced by Indian astrology. Reason, there were a lot of predictions about their life, and everything has happened as told by the Indian astrologers. Okay, and number of writers, I have seen writers, English writers, right? British people from Britain. Okay, so Butrovite and others, number of people have explained exactly whatever had happened in their life or had happened in their life. Everything, whatever was predicted about their life, has happened in the same way, whatever was predicted. So they believe, they say that this is Indian astrology is science, 100% science, because nobody can talk about your future life. Okay, you will have this much number of children, this much wife, how many times you will marry in your life, what kind of conditions you will have in the future life. Okay, in which period you will purchase your vehicle, in which period you will purchase your house and everything. Okay, in which period you will marry. So this is how that these kind of events only can be explained with the help of Vedic astrology. Because of that, Vedic astrology, they say that is the para science, para vigyan. They say para vigyan is the science from time immemorial. We are not knowing that since when this astrology is in the existence. Okay, time immemorial. We are not knowing that with the exact time. Because about those all diseases, 18 diseases being talked about, that those diseases have given this. Naradiya Puran, every Puran is famous for this. Okay. Now I'll take the positions of Saturn also. How Shani or Saturn is very much ill or very much good for how many natives. So what is the position of the Saturn in different in Vedic astrology? What is the position of Saturn? What is the position of Mars? So according to Puranas, Vedas and all those scriptures of ours, I mean Indian scriptures, Vedas and Puranas, mostly Puranas. In Puranas, number of stories are told about Saturn and and Mars. So all those